Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. Gonna try to, I've been saying this a lot lately, gonna try to just jump right in here and get started on this. I actually made this video yesterday, got about 40 minutes into it and realized it was junk because I was trying to do too many things at once. So I'm gonna try to keep it real simple. Um, what I'd like to do today is, and actually a little bit more of an update today with the video. I'm trying to slowly get into producing things and marketing them out there, um, or selling things and try a few things out with that. So what I'd like to do is show you my next growth in that. It's very simple growth, but a few things that I've learned, and I've got an idea of something that I want to try to do to try to increase those profits, or at least try things out in a small manner to make sure that I'm not getting caught. Um, Very interesting. But I'll get into that. Also, before that, very quickly, um, I'd like to do a quick heads up for anybody out there who is looking at possibly going to Eve FanFest. I honestly wasn't planning on going, but I did find an option that I'm thinking about right now. If you all know me, a year and a half ago, a little bit less than a year and a half ago, I went to my first fan fest, had a great time. First time I ever went overseas. I really loved Iceland, really loved my time there. I want to go back. I Part of me wants to just go right back right now. Um, but I also don't want to just limit myself. So I'll talk to you about that here in a second. Try to keep that as short as possible. That's where I got kind of drug into the minutia of me talking too much. But last but not least, as always, if you're interested, this is just chronological history of me returning to Eve after a 6-month hiatus. If you'd like to check out the entire series from the beginning, I think this is going to be like episode 22, 23, somewhere in there. It's been about a little bit over a month now. Um, I have a playlist in the description that starts from the beginning, episode 0, moving on from there. So if you want to check them out, please feel free. This is not an educational video. Well, yes, it is kind of. I'm not trying to tell people how to play the game because there's a lot more people out there that are much better at making instructional videos for Eve. This is more of just me having fun. And if there's little things that you can pick up while you're seeing it, please do. That said, boom. We're not going to get in the production yet. I wanted to show you guys just really briefly. I've kind of tried to set this up a little bit better than I did yesterday. Yesterday, I was literally like pulling up web pages and stuff like that. So, uh, this is a web series that I've been watching over the last month or so. You guys may have seen them, you may have not. I love watching travel videos. When I first got into looking at traveling a little bit more, you start watching these YouTube bloggers and people who are doing these travel videos, and they're doing their vans, and they're young, and they're going all over the world and blah 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 blah. And I always liked watching them, but I always felt a little bit of a disconnect. And um, I've recently been trying to figure out where I wanted to go in the future. I know that I'm more of a colder weather person. I'm not really a Caribbean type person. If I got a free trip to go there, yeah, I'd go there. But I'm more so, I'd love to take trips up to obviously Iceland, Greenland, Norway, um, maybe Germany, those sorts of things. Alaska, maybe Japan or something. I don't know. You have to have money to do that sort of thing, and that's what this video is kind of about. Is I found a great set of videos, and I guess he's really well known. The ironic part is the last couple days. Um, his name is Steve Marsh. You want to check out his web series, but he's based out of Scotland, but he does a lot of cheap flights where he just or train trips or ferry trips, and he starts off in Scotland or different places, and he just originally he was going all around England, and then he's gone to Spain and to Denmark, and just recently he took a um, ferry to Iceland. Now the western side of Iceland, I'm sorry, the eastern side of Iceland. So the opposite side of Iceland than Reykjavik is where FanFest is, but and it got me kind of jazzed to do a video about uh, maybe giving you guys a heads up as a possibility that might be something that you might want to do if you're debating on going to Iceland, or maybe if you want to go to FanFest, but you don't want to spend all your time in Iceland. And it's something that I'm thinking about doing. But so if you want to check out his series, he just gets me jazzed because number one, I think he's closer to my age than a lot of these young kids that are flying around and doing all sorts of stuff. He goes cheap, that sort of thing. And his last two videos were him being on a couple day ferry going from Denmark to Iceland, and then his last video was him just hanging around in the town that he landed in Iceland. Um, and he should be coming out with someone soon. But he's my inspiration right because he's given me the inspiration to actually fly possibly to London or Dublin or Edinburgh or something like that, spend a couple of days, and then maybe take a ferry down to Spain and do a couple days there. So I'm saving my money. I've had an account on the side that I've been waiting to do something again. So I'm still debating on what I want to do. Um, but as I was watching him, I started doing some searches, and a lot of people know out there. Now, I don't have a timetable at all. Now, obviously, when you go to Iceland, you want to have a somewhat of a timetable, or anywhere. But one little bonus, if this helps you, there's two helpful things about traveling that I've found. There may be other ways to do this. I don't know. But if you go to Google Flights and then you just go to the Explore page here. So it says Explore. This is what got me started down my rabbit hole. This may save you an initial amount of money, or give you some ideas if you're not sure exactly where you want to go. Like, I don't know anything about England. Where should I go? Well, let's start money wise. What costs the least to get there? Well, the fastest one here is to go to London. And if you go to the Explorer, it will actually give you a list of the cheapest flights over the next 6 months. And you can kind of say, oh, that's a good price. That's a good time. Blah, 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 blah. And the dog has now come in and she's bugging me. She's down below. Um, just ate a bunch of bacon for breakfast. So I think she smells that. But long story short, this got my brain moving because I've used this in the past. Um, just to get some ideas of where to go. If this helps you, whether you want to go to Iceland or not. But the one thing that caught my eye was when I decided, oh, the lowest price to get to Europe is obviously to London. Then when you click on it, it gives you Iceland Air. Well, I flew on Iceland Air uh, last um, last year when I went to Fanfest, and now I get to see she messes with me all the time. Now I got her boned. You guys can't see this face. I can't just. Okay, you can have that back. She wasn't too happy with me. Um, Long story short, I flew on Iceland Air, had a great flight. It was an economy flight. Um, and if you notice here, the second lowest price is flying on Iceland Air. There's also Play, whatever. So I started doing some research on just watching videos about flying to London via Iceland Air. Some people did some reviews on that. The one issue that I have is my height. I'm 6'5". Um, so being in these economy flights, literally, I was to the end. Like, I could do the flight to Iceland. It was about 5 or 6 hours from Baltimore, but that was about it because I was stuck. The person in front of me put their seat back the whole time, and my knees were cramped, and it was just not as far as the seating concerns. Mine wasn't the best just because of my size. So I like to try to check those things out. But as I'm watching these videos, so I like to see, where I should sit and that sort of thing. A really great, this is where I really want to get to it, is um, somebody brought up, and this is where I thought about possibly going to FanFest again. Iceland Air does a special. Now, everything, if you're flying to London from Iceland, I'm sorry, if you're flying to London from Baltimore, every Iceland Air flight connects through Iceland. Try to keep this short and sweet. If you go to their site, oh, I've been on there for a little while. Close that. Go away. Um, if copy here, there's a great little feature on their website that doesn't change the price of the flight, if I'm seeing it correctly, where you can actually add a stopover in Iceland. Since every flight goes through Iceland anyway, you can add a multiple night stopover to Iceland. So let's say I want to go to London on a trip, but I want to stop in Iceland, and if I have some family, some friends, or if I want to go to a fan fest or go to an event there, just spend a little bit of time because I really love the country, I can put in anywhere from 1 to 7 nights for a stopover there. I'm not selling Iceland Air here. I'm just saying this is an opportunity, anybody who's going to FanFest, to save yourself some money if you want to just go to FanFest and then go somewhere else. Um, and it's just a really great, I thought. And I guess I got to look more into other um, uh, companies and stuff like that and see if other ones have these options. Because I had a really good experience through Iceland Air when I flew up to Iceland. But this might be the reason why I actually go to FanFest this year, because I could stop over for 3 or 4 nights. Um, I think FanFest is May 1st through the 3rd. I actually had it. So I punched in my dates up at the top. It gave me my 3 nights, and then it even updates down below, if I remember correctly, and it tells you how many days you would actually spend in London. So it actually, when I put in 4 night stopover here, it updates, oh, and enjoy your 3 day stay in London. So it actually verifies that that's going through. I don't know 100% sure yet if I'm going to do this or not. But if it helps you, it helps you. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but those are two ways of maybe saving a little money. I might throw some more things like little nuggets as parts of videos at the end of my videos for anybody who's going to FanFest over the next couple weeks of things that I learned from my trip there. I won't start off with them like I have on this video because I want to get into the Eve part of it, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. That's something. Check out Steve Marsh's website. Check out the stopover if you're looking at going at possibly to FanFest. That said, you all know, you've been watching my videos, that I've been trying to get into the production and the marketing aspect of being in Eve. Also doing some agent missions. And my gameplay has, from over the month of me coming back, I've never done either one of these a whole lot. Um, it's been very slow but very regimented. Try to learn something uh, as I move along. Each time, the small things, small increments, and then use those things to progress forward. Hold on. I need to update the mug. I've been using this mug for too long. So, I thought I'd seen something. You know, when you see something that's too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. I don't know yet. Okay. Um, but give you an example. So, if you watch my previous videos, I've been outfitting my Vexor, and I decided to go with an armor tank with mid slots helping my drones and my propulsion. Um, and uh, the one blueprint that I couldn't get in Valente space was an omnidirectional tracking link. Okay. Um, and I was able to go to Caldari space and get the blueprint for that yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. Then kind of rolls together. Um, and when I got that, I flew back to my station that I was going to build it at, and I went to build it. It wasn't that didn't take that many minerals. I think it took maybe about 7 or 8 thousand ISK worth of minerals to build. Um, so I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I need 2 of them for my fit that I'm trying to mess around with. So I built 2 of those. And the other thing that I've been trying to do is as I build things, look at how much they cost to build mineral wise cost, versus how much I can sell those items for. Because obviously, if I'm using them, there might be other people out there that are using them. That said, like I said, and I can't really pull it up here because I'm actually researching my omnidirectional tracking link. But um, let just take it for granted. I did look at the price of how much it takes to make one of these, and I think it couldn't have been more than 10,000 ISK worth of minerals. So that said, I then went into, so I was like, oh, well, how much can I sell this for? They were on the market in Dodixie, a fully built item of this for 700,000 ISK. Now that's ridiculous. Okay. That's a 70 times profit if you make one of them and sell one of them. And multiple people were selling them at 700, 705, 710,000 S, multiple numbers. And so I decided to do a test. I don't want to throw a whole lot of money into something. And this is where my learning comes from. I built 10 of them and I put them up for sale for a lot lower than the 700,000. I think I put them up for uh, 600,000 last night, 10 of them. And if you think about the profit margin on that, okay, let's say at most the minerals were 10,000 ISK, and I'm selling each one for 600,000. All I have to do is sell one of them, and I make my money back. If I sell all 10, boom. Now I also looked at how many were selling over a period of time. There weren't a whole lot that were selling. There were like 5 to 10 selling per day. I want to show you guys what's happened since then and what my thoughts possibly are and how marketing could possibly be as, and I think business can be as confrontational, or I'm trying to think of the right word here, as downright dirty. Trying to think of the right word, PvP-ish, um, as flying ships around. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my transact regional market here, and I'm going to go into details. Hold on, let me just pull it up here. I think it's running slow because I'm running the video. And where is my market orders? Oh, there it is, right up there. See, you can tell I haven't done this a whole lot. If you notice right here, I've got my omnidirectional tracking links up for sale for 600,000. Okay, none of them is sold. I put them up to market yesterday at a pretty much 100,000 ISK off of the running price. Now, if we look at the all of the things that are being sold out there, if you notice here, here's my 10 that I put up for sale for 600,000. What I saw yesterday was a bunch of these in the same system being built or being sold for 730,000. So this is a major discount that I'm giving anyone out there. My thought was if I put them up there, I'll either sell them to someone who is just doing a quick buy. So they'll buy the lowest price one just about automatically buying it. Or somebody would buy the 10 and then try to resell them at a higher price, like 700,000 isk. What ended up happening when I came in this morning was somebody, about 5 hours after I put mine up for sale, put 3 of them up for sale for 100 isk less than mine. So what they've basically done is undercut me by 100 isk, so that mine won't sell on those automatic buys when somebody tries to buy, unless somebody buys more than ships that need these omnidirectional tracking links. Um, they have undercut me so I won't sell. So they've eliminated my ability to sell that way. Now, I'm going to leave this up. I'm not going to modify. I'm not going to change anything. So taking a little bit of time to think about what I want to do. This is where my learning, I don't want to put a bunch of stuff up to sell until I have a full grasp of everything that's going on. And I know I have a very small grasp, but two things could be happening here. Number one, somebody just built three of them and went and sold them and saw that the lowest price that was there was mine and put it up for 100 more. Boom, they're ready to roll. The second one being that these don't sell a whole lot. So somebody's trying to goad me into, and my first thought was, well, I'll just go buy those three that are up for sale and then sell them at my price so I won't lose any money. But what if that person is the same person here? They know that these don't sell very quickly. So they put 661 up for sale at 740,000 ISK and let it sit there for the 89 days. And they goad people into trying to sell at a lower price. They'll throw in some cheaper ones, like these three that are sitting here. So I'll go out and buy those. I hope I'm not getting too like conspiratorial. No, that's not conspiratorial. What is it whenever you're trying to think that everybody's against you? Um, in general, they would goad me into buying those three and then throw another three out there or another five to undercut my price. So they're goading me into actually buying their omnidirectional tracking links and then pocketing that money. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. That could be the PvP side of it because I'm looking at it as, oh, I can make so much money off of this. What if these don't sell at all and the only ones that have sold, and I'll just show you the price histories here. You notice there aren't a whole lot. We got one that sold yesterday, six that sold, seven that sold there, 10 that sold there. So there aren't a whole lot that have sold, and I think these are across all regions. Okay, not just Dodixie. Now, I didn't mind putting these up for sale in Dodixie just because it's a drone-based area. I would think that people would buy them there. But in general, I'm not falling for the chance. I want to let these 10 sit. I want to see what happens. This is where it's kind of fun to learn. So I'm going to keep looking out for things that I can buy and sell of things that I currently use to make profits on, but I also don't want to take the bait of doing this. Now, if somebody comes along and buys these up real quick, then I'll turn around and sell 10 more. I have to look at the how much is being bought and sold versus how much I want to produce. So I only built 10 of them. So in general, that's what I'm looking at here. And that was something I thought was very neat because the first thought is I can make a lot of money because it doesn't cost much to build. Then my second thought was, oh, somebody undercut me. I need to get him out of there. And then my third thought was, wait, could this be a trap by somebody who is selling these so they can make their money off of somebody like me? And it kind of goes back to the old uh, theorem of the greatest fool. Um, everybody believes they're not the greatest fool until they become the greatest fool. There's a lot of stuff about that. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I am not a salesman, and I've never been a technical guy, but I do know how to watch some numbers and stay away from getting caught on things. So that's my thought on this. So I'm going to let it sit. I'll give you guys an update next video that I do, probably the next couple videos, and see if this sells or how things change. This is a great little experiment to try out. So that's where I'm at with that one. Uh, last but not least, I know I had a lot of other things that I wanted to do for this video, and then I stopped. I have been doing the level 2 missions, doing pretty well with those. Um, Oh, that's what it was. So I knew there was something else involving around the marketing. This is um, the major thing that's holding me back from going full skill into marketing is the number of skills that you can not have as an alpha. So in Eve, as an alpha, you can do a lot of skilling to get ships going better and better and better. Your lack of skilling as an alpha can really hold you back in marketing. And a big one here is, give you an example, is day trading. So let's say I wanted to change the price of my omnidirectional tracking links right now to undercut that guy that's in front of me. Well, I have to fly to Dodixie to change that price, to modify that price. I knew about this, but I never really tried it too much. Day trading, the skill, allows you to make those modifications while you're not near that system. For every level of day trading, you can do it 5 systems away. I'm currently about 7 systems away. So if I had 2 levels of day trading, I could actually modify that right now. I don't have to travel anywhere to go do it. I can't get that as a alpha. I have to be omega. So a lot of other skills here that would be very, very helpful to me once I go, if I would to do my marketing. So I've got to be very, very careful about what I do right now as an alpha to build my stocks and my war chest of funding to do the marketing, because I don't get all of these little bonuses or game ease of gameplay um, that I would as a regular Omega player. So that will hold me up a little bit as far as getting into the whole marketing side of it. I think it's actually a good thing because I don't dive head over heels into it. I'm going to keep doing my missions. I'm going to keep building my stuff. I'm going to keep learning through small sales of different things and what sells, what doesn't sell, different tactics that you can use, but not putting myself fully invested to where I can make major mistakes. So, but that is one thing that can hold you back, is that. Other than that, I have a lot of other videos I think that I want to do, but I thought I'd just throw this one out there real quick. Um, check out Steve Marsh's videos. Check out Iceland Air Stopover thingy or any other sites. I love YouTube, and this is how I do my research. So I'm gonna go blow something up, maybe mine a little, make a little stuff. So as always, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however like you want. I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.